Good evening, and from the ICI Center, the calendar is turned to March, which here in Daytona Beach means it's time for the Sunshine State Conference Tournament. Tonight it's a quarterfinal matchup featuring the 5th-seeded Tampa Spartans from the University of Tampa and the 4th-seeded Embry Riddle Aeronautical University Eagles. Good evening, I'm Carlos Mancia. Pleasure to be with you as always. Both these teams come in at 11-9 through the regular season, and both teams at different points this season had NCAA tournament aspirations. When they've had their ups and downs, and Tampa certainly comes in on and up, they've won each of their last 5 and have started playing a lot better defense, including over their last 2 games where they held their opponents, Palm Beach Atlantic and Barry, to under 70 points. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they come in off a pair of tough losses. First here at home last week against second-ranked Nova Southeastern, a game they dropped by 15, and they fell to Barry on Saturday by a count of 91-79. These two teams split the regular season series this season 7 weeks ago here at the ICI Center. Embry Riddle, a game in which they trailed by as many as 11 in the first half, stormed back, took the lead late, and won in overtime by a score of 96-89. That particular night, it was an all-around effort from the Eagles. They were led by Jared Berry off the bench, setting a then career-high 22 points. They got 16-plus points as well from Drew Nixon, Mike McAllister, Jerry Bracey. Their second matchup just a little more than 2 weeks ago in Tampa at the Martinez Center, a defensive slugfest in which Tampa won 73-70. Eagles head coach Steve Ritter emphasized to his group in practice yesterday that they need to cut down on the fouling, which is what hurt them in that game. That particular game, Tampa, 37 free throw attempts, which despite being the worst free throw shooting team in the conference, was enough to propel them ahead in that game down the stretch. While I've got a moment, we'd like to remind you that the 2024-25 Embry Riddle men's basketball season in this game is presented by Daytona Kia. At Daytona Kia, the goal is simple: to make your car buying experience simple, fast, and friendly. Daytona Kia is a proud partner of Embry Riddle Athletics. You know, there was nearly a 3-way tie between Tampa, Palm Beach Atlantic, and Embry Riddle for this 4th spot. It was narrowly averted when Palm Beach Atlantic fell to Florida Southern in the final 2 seconds on Saturday with a layup put home by the Moccasins of Florida Southern. While the SSC tournament was an expectation for the Eagles, Tampa, a team that has missed it each of the last few years, finally back in it. They have not won in the SSC tournament in over a decade. The Sunshine State Conference and Embry Riddle Aeronautical University would like to welcome you to the 2025 SSC Basketball Championships. For the latest SSC news, tournament info, visit SunshineStateConference.com. While you're there, follow the links to the league's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. Last time Tampa had won in the SSC tournament, it was a game over St. Leo. One of the officials in that night was Curtis Klein. We now turn it over to ICI Public Address Announcer, Curtis Klein.
Tonight's first round game features the University of Tampa Spartans. The Riddle Aeronautical University. And at this time, we ask you to please join our coaches and players as we honor the United States of America and the Armed Forces who protected with the singing of our national anthem. And performing tonight's national anthem is Miss Deborah Misha.
Stars Playing for ourselves, and playing for every player who stepped out of that locker, every fan who's ever cheered, every staff member who's worked behind the scenes, and every challenge we've ever faced. This is absolutely our moment. So let's remember why we play. We play for each other, for our coaches, staff, and for you, the fans who believe in us. Let's get after it tonight and show everyone what it means to be an Embry, Riddle, Eagle.
Back with you courtside here from the ICI Center. Today's pregame charge-up was presented by Giles Electric. Giles Electric, family-owned, family-operated, and celebrating over 50 years of powerful personal service. Giles Electric. Embry Riddle now making their seventh appearance in the SSC tournament, looking for their first ever win here as the 4 seed this year. Tampa, previously 5-time winners of the tournament, looking for their first win since 2002. And of course, their first win in over a decade. Both teams take the floor. Tampa in their road blacks with red trim. Tampa across the chest. Red numbers, Embry Riddle, and their customary home white. They're white with blue and gold trim. Jack Klinger, Tyson Lato set to jump center. Nick Nadeau, Joe Prince, Justin Gonzalez set to officiate this SSC quarterfinal, and away we go from the ICI Center as the Eagles control the opening jump. McAllister has it here left wing, and he throws it away. Stolen by Brian Williams, who's slowing it down. He missed their first matchup of the year with an injury, but has been one of the more prolific players in the conference since his return. Taken right back by the Eagles. Sets up Nixon here on the left wing. Works it cross court for Bracey. Feeds the post to Klinger, making his 5th start of the year. Skip past the bar. He's trapped, looking to distribute. He finds McAllister, but it's thrown away and stolen by Trey Lane, who also missed that matchup here back in January. Inside blocked by Bracey, and last touch by a black jersey. So the defense is really leaving their mark here early. Already 3 turnovers here in the opening second. That was the first shot attempt of the night. That was rejected by Bracey. Jerry Bracey, Mike McAllister, the only 2 Embry Riddle Eagles to start and play in all 28 games in the regular season. McAllister has it guarded by Ian Higdon, making his 6th start of the year, but 3rd against Embry Riddle. The drive from Bracey pulls up and off the mark, and the rebound nearly come away with by Klinger. And I'll say last touch by Tampa. 2 of the best rebounding teams in the conference. Win overall rebounding teams. Embry Riddle far and away the best rebounding team in terms of margin this season, nearly getting 10 more rebounds than their opponents this year. Nixon orchestrating the offense, coming off a 30-point outing in the loss against Barry on Saturday. Good defense from Lane. Out Nixon from 3, off the heel, and it comes out to Tampa. going the other way with it. The Spartans in the layup in the lane, banked in and out, comes over to Ian Higdon. He puts too much on the layup, and the foul called. They'll say Jack Klinger got a piece of Ian Higdon on the side of the face. So Higdon heads to the line, where he's 8 of 16 on the year, product of Louisville, Kentucky. Converts on the first. Tampa as a team, worst free throw shooting team in the conference at a mark at just 67%. It was trending in the low 60s and high 50s earlier this season in January. He goes 1 for 2, but Tyson Leitao, the conference's top rebounder, gets the offensive board. Here's Leitao inside. He lost the handle. Come away with by Embry Riddle. Leitao, a big focus of this Eagles team defensively. In practice, they said their goal is to force him outside and settle for mid-range and outside shots as opposed to his office in the post, where he is so apt at drawing contact and getting to the free throw line. Peeling out is McAllister, finding Bracey here on the wing. 2 minutes gone by, 1-0 lead for Tampa. It's stripped and stolen. Williams again, around Nixon, can't bank it home. Bracey knocks it away, and the rebound pulled down by Caden Throby, who misses the layup and is fouled. And more free throws coming for Tampa. Klinger quickly picks up his second in their first matchup this year, back on January the 11th here at the ICI Center. Jack Klinger and Yasin Hussein, the top two centers in the rotation, fouled out in just 14 and 13 minutes. Throby from the free throw line misses off front rim. Shoots 64% at the free throw line. Transfer from Missouri S&T, product of Lincoln, Illinois. So Tampa now 1 of 3 from the line tonight. And he splits the pair, much as Tyson Leitao did Ian Higdon did on their first trip. So it's 2-0 lead for Tampa as Trey Lane guards Nixon full court. Not surprising given that Nixon, the focal point of this Eagle offense, especially since he's found his rhythm. Yasin Hussein, who's checked on for Jack Klinger, finds Dawson Barr, who fires from 3 and misses. Offensive rebound and the putback, no good from Mike McAllister. And the first free throws of the night for Embry Riddle coming. So much like how their second meeting of the year was a parade to the free throw line down the stretch, especially for Tampa. Seems like we've picked up right where we left off back on February the 15th. It says McAllister, 71% free throw shooter on the line. He's missed his last 5 free throw attempts, but overall a very effective player for this team. Make it 6 as he goes front rim. Eagles as a team only shooting about 71% from the line, something that was a strength of theirs earlier in the season. So McAllister looking to get Embry Riddle their first point in over 2.5 minutes, and good. It's good, ending the drought of 6 consecutive misses from the foul line. Here's Trey Lane at the helm of the offense. Now on the wing, it's Brian Williams, who's already come up with a couple of steals. He fires away from 3, that won't fall. Rebound finds its way to Drew Nixon, who goes behind the back but poked away by Ian Higdon. So the third turnover already for Embry Riddle. Leitao gets inside, the layup's up and in, off glass. First field goal of the night. Both teams started 0 for 3, and we've played over 3 minutes. It's a 4-1 start for Tampa. Nixon working on Lane, tries to blow by him and he can't. Now working inside through traffic, and he lost the handle. Another Eagle turnover, as they're typically one of the best teams in the conference taking care of the basketball, but they already have 4 turnovers here in 3.5 minutes. Leitao tries to work into the post, has to kick out. Lane from 3 is good. Trey Lane, one of the best 3-point shooters in the SSC, knocks down the triple and opens up a 6-point lead for Tampa. Bracey inside, lost the handle again. Last touch by Jerry Bracey. And this is just a very uncharacteristic slow start. The way it's happening for Embry Riddle with the amount of turnovers, something that was a problem for them against Barry and Nova Southeastern, and thus was a focal point, but not a good start so far in that respect. Froby into the post, guarded by Dawson Barr. They work it around the horn. Here's the lane who hit a three the last time down. Puts up the floater, rejected by Hussein. Fight for it. Last touch by Yassin Hussein. We'll take our first break of the, or correct that, this last touch by Tampa. We'll take our first break of the night. Spartans up 7-1 early here from the ICI Center. Welcome back to the ICI Center in Daytona Beach. An early 7-1 start here for the University of Tampa, as they have really keyed in on the defensive end, as Embry Riddle has missed their first four to start the game. Now turning up the pressure, going full court are the Spartans. Just 1 point from Mike McAllister tonight from the Eagles. Nixon facing pressure from Trey Lane in the backcourt. Has Bracey working on Froby, kicks it out. Nixon fires from three, booked the triple. And you knew if the Eagles were going to get going, it would likely be because of Drew Nixon igniting the offense. Had a big outing against Nova Southeastern, as well as the pocket is picked, come away with by Jerry Bracey. Finds McAllister into the lane. Kicks out for Barr, feeds Bracey inside. Bracey through the post and over Leitao, can't hit the follow, tipped in by Bracey, and it's a 7-6 game. So good start out of the timeout. That's exactly what any coach or fan wants to see out of their team. Out of a timeout, they look a little re-energized. And Hussein knocks it away from Leitao. Embry Riddle, not really a team that gets many steals, as the jumper off the mark from Drew Nixon. Lane pushes it ahead. Out in transition, and the layup is put home by Amarian Nimmers. Nimmers has come off the bench the last five after starting a decent amount of the season. Started the first 15 for Tampa. Here is McAllister on the left wing, backing down. Help defense comes. McAllister through traffic, can't back it home, but draws the contact and will go to the line for two. Leitao picks up the foul. It's his second team foul. Again, Tyson Leitao, big focus at practice this week for the Eagles. Again, we mentioned what the plan is for him offensively, force him outside. But defensively, they really want to push him inside and get him into foul trouble as McAllister hits the first. Jared Berry checks on for the first time tonight for Embry Riddle, the product of Apopka, Florida. Trinity Christian product there. Or sorry, Lake Highland. His brother Joel was Trinity Christian. Second free throw off the mark from Mike McAllister. It remains a 9-7 lead for Tampa. Good ball movement thus far from Tampa. Ball not sticking much. Here's Brian Williams trying to get around Berry. Pulls up and hits. Steve Ritter said another emphasis was to force the mid-range shots from Brian Williams, much like they did with John Latimer against Rollins about a week ago. Now posting up is Hussein. Lost the handle off the baseline, and another Embry Riddle turnover already their 6th of the night. And we're going the other way with it for Tampa. Williams directing traffic. Father was a big-time player over at the University of Tampa. Bryant Sr. Three-pointer off the mark, but pulled down by Leto. Nimmers from 3. It's there. Amarian Nimmers, a 37% three. Lead back to 7. 7 minutes gone by. First half. Nixon. Starper now has hit his last 2, but running the floor and missing the layup on the other end was Kyler Lamb, and he draws the foul. I didn't see much there to warrant the whistle, but Joe Prince sees differently. Of course, I'll take his vantage point over mine on that kind of call. Kyler Lamb, freshman forward from Williston. Led his team to a 29-2 record a couple of years back. 24 appearances this year. He was 11 of 17 from the line coming in, but knocks down his first. It's a 15-9 lead here early on in the first half for Tampa. Tyson Leto heads to the bench for the Spartans. Much needed opportunity here for Embry Riddle if they want to get going. And it rolls around and drops through for Kyler Lamb. And it's back to a 7-point lead for Tampa. Berry facing pressure from Lamb near the timeline. Nixon has the notion from 3 that was from way downtown, doesn't pull it. Instead it's Berry working it through traffic, turnaround near the foul line, all net. Jared Berry set his career high 25 here Wednesday night against Nova Southeastern. One of 2 20-point games this year as Williams knocks down the moving jumper. Brian Williams showing off early. 4 quick points here. Nixon through traffic, the righty layup, banked home. Back down to a 5-point game. Again, running ahead is Lamb, throws up a wild shot, and Hussein pulls down the rebound. Berry looks to push the tempo. Hard screen set by Clarence Pierre. Throws it cross court to Nixon. He lost the handle. And another Embry Riddle turnover. Another timeout in the action. 11:46 remaining here in the first half of this SSC quarterfinal between Tampa and Embry Riddle. The Spartans up 18-13.
Our life stories are directed by choices. But what is it about our choices that makes a difference between a good life and a great life? What gives us strength to pursue the hard over the easy? What empowers us to embrace our individuality? What inspires us to reach?
Fans, Michelob Ultra, a proud partner of Embry Riddle Athletics, is excited to celebrate game day here in the ICI Center. Make this season superior. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra. 2 veteran head coaches tonight going at it. Of course, for Embry Riddle, Steve Ritter, 35th season, sitting at 798 career wins. There's a chance he could get to 800 before season's end, but of course tonight is do or die for both of these teams, again, that once had SSC title aspirations. Pick and roll with Higdon. He's swarmed by Pierre and Hussein. Knocked around and come away with by Amari and Nimmers. Nimmers through traffic, offloads to Higdon in the post on the right block. Moving 3 from Williams, comes up short. And Hussein the rebound. Link Darner, legendary coach at Florida Southern, as Nixon lost the handle on it, come away with by Tampa. Ahead, Nimmers through traffic is Lamb. It's rejected. Pierre nearly tracked it down, but it comes out of play. Tampa keeps it with 25 on the 30. Link Darner, longtime head coach at Florida Southern. 5 conference titles to his name. National title as well. Now in his second season here at Tampa after a stop at Green Bay. Is Trey Lane, works it up top. Williams for 3. Too much on it. And Lewis can't hang on to the rebound, but Berry runs it down in the corner pocket in front of the Embry Riddle bench. Berry goes at Lamb. That's a sizable difference there in height, 8 inches. Crossover from Lewis. Lewis working left. Feed inside to Hussein. Through traffic, it is up, and it doesn't go. Fight for the rebound, kept alive. Berry for 3. It's there. Berry knocks it down. It's down to a 2-point lead for Tampa in this game of runs. As Embry Riddle is now hit. 5 of their last 6. We have a whistle, a foul away from the ball. Jared Berry gets called for the foul. It's his first, 4th team foul. Kyler Lamb heads to the bench, as does Ian Higdon. Caden Froby, Tyson Lato in. Mike McAllister checks on for Embry Riddle, as does Milan Scorch for the first time tonight. Last year's NCAA leader in 3-point field goal percentage. 23 on the shot clock for Tampa. Lane has it. He already hit 1 3 earlier. Also very good at distributing the basketball. Williams feeds inside. Lato from the foul line. Good. Second field goal of the night there for Tyson Lato. Averages about 15 and 11 a night. Berry, free throw line jumper with the answer. Jared Berry, 7 quick points off the bench for Embry Riddle. Again, gets it within 2. Past the midway point of the first half. Lato guarded by Pierre. Pierre happy to let Lato sit out there, but they run the pick and roll. Lato all alone. Blocked by Pierre, but a foul. Clarence Pierre, who had picked up 6 blocks in their first matchup against Tampa this year. McAllister called for the foul. It's the 15th foul since Tyson Lato to the line for 2 free throws. His first 2 of the night. 3rd highest in volume from the free throw line this season is Tyson Lato. Coaching staff made a point to me that it's really tough to defend since he's the kind of guy that likes to seek out the contact. He converts on the first, shoots 75% from the line. Was Defensive Player of the Week here in the SSC back at the end of December. Of course, Brian Williams, not the only one with Tampa with a notable father in college basketball, is David Lato, or David, the father of Tyson Lato, the former head coach at DePaul, Virginia. DePaul in Virginia, along with the Maine Red Claws. He goes 2 for 2 at the line, extends the lead back to 4. Jared Berry's had the answers tonight so far for Embry Riddle. Scorch, catch and shoot, moving 3. Too much on that one. Logan Lewis scraps his way for the rebound, goes back up with it and scores. Tampa looking to push ahead. It's Williams. Gets around a couple of defenders, kicks it out in the corner. The 3-pointer is knocked down. Ryan Blunt, who had a big 3-pointer late for Tampa in the first meeting that put them up 3 scores late in the second half before Embry Riddle mounted the comeback. Berry throws it away. Stolen by Williams. It's already his 3rd steal of the night. Puts up the runner. No good. Pierre the rebound. Pierre 23rd in the SSC in rebounding. This for a guy that was getting spot minutes at the start of the year. Scored from 3. That doesn't fall either. Rebound tipped around. Last touch by Clarence Pierre. So Tampa takes over. 8:38 remaining in the first half. And the Spartans with a 5-point lead. Trey Lane, who's been quiet since the bucket in the opening minutes he had from downtown. They work it. It's Williams. Pick and roll with Lato. Intercepted by Berry. Berry looks to push. Scorch. His 3rd 3 already. Can't hit. Tipped around and it comes out to Ryan Blunt. So Milan Scorch with a quick trigger tonight, not afraid to fire. They've gotten him good looks, they just haven't fallen yet. You'd have to think at some point one of them will drop in. Williams has it on the right angle. Spinning inside, good defense there from Logan Lewis. They work it up top to Lane, inside deflected by Clarence Pierre. Lane gets it back, he fires from 3 and hits. So Trey Lane hits his second triple and it's back to 8. A quick 6-0 run for the Spartans. Berry facing full court pressure. Gets around Lane, pulls up through traffic, that won't fall. And the rebound pulled down by Ryan Bloods. Tampa looking to get out in transition. Lane another 3, and that's good again. Trey Lane puts Tampa up 11 here with 7:25 to go in the first half. 9 straight points for the Spartans. Berry brings it up across the timeline. Good hounding defense here from Trey Lane. Now with back-to-back triples. Here's Pierre swinging it for Lewis. Lewis works the screen. Feed inside to Pierre. Inside, righty layup. Good off glass. Ahead, it's Blunt. Going at Scorch. Has the mismatch on him. Leto doesn't pull from outside. Of course, we mentioned earlier that he's not comfortable from that range, and Embry Riddle will live with those shots. Williams pick and roll with Leto. They've already tried that twice. And 2 free throws incoming for Tyson Leto. And we'll have a timeout before then. We'll have a media timeout. 6:47 to go here in first half. 31-22 lead for Tampa.
At Kalen Home Furnishings, you'll find a wonderful assortment of furniture for every room in your home in the area's largest leather gallery. Our talented design consultants are at your service, free of charge, to help you get the look that's just right for you. Located 1 mile south of Granada Boulevard in Ormond Beach. Come in and experience Kalen today. You'll be glad you did.
4-seeded Embry Riddle. Be sure to follow the Sunshine State Conference on Instagram and X at D2 SSC. It's capital D, the number 2, and SSC. Tyson Leto to the free throw line where he's made a habit of being there all season. Got 2 for 2 tonight from the stripe. Despite his prowess on the offensive glass against Barry on last Wednesday night, he had just 5 boards. Earlier this season had a 21-point, 14-board double-double. That was about a week and a half ago as he converts on the first. Of course, we mentioned he's a prolific scorer as well. Again, just 15 points a night, already up to 5 here. And he splits the pair. Tampa now 5 of 7 from the free throw line. 5 of 8, excuse me. As Pierre lost the handle, it's stolen away. Blunt nearly mishandled the pass for Trey Lane. And another Eagle turnover. Lane on the drive through traffic. Nice feed inside to Leto. Leto goes up with it. Can it? Knocked away by Pierre. It'll stay here. And a new 20 for Tampa. I know he didn't get the board there, but that was a great effort there from Clarence Pierre to knock it away. It looks like Tyson Leto was going to get another easy offensive rebound. Leto has it here on the block over Hussein and draws another foul. So Tyson Leto headed the line for 2. Hussein picks up the foul. That's his second. Jack Klinger had already picked up 2 early fouls. He now comes to the scorer's table to come on. He just played a handful of minutes early. So Leto, who is now 3 of 4 tonight from the free throw line, in and out. He missed a couple of free throws late against Embry-Riddle in the first matchup that allowed that comeback to happen late in the second half. Embry-Riddle then ran away with the game in overtime, won by 7. Clarence Pierre got a lot of the center minutes that night, again with Klinger and Hussein fouling out rather quickly. Back to an 11-point lead for Tampa, 33-22. Jared Berry has been the spark plug for this Eagle offense tonight. He has 7 points, tied with Drew Nixon for the team lead. Goes baseline, stays in bounds, finds Pierre. Nice pass through traffic. He has it knocked away and stolen again. Nimmers pushes it ahead. Pass knocked away. Nixon nearly had it. Fight for the loose ball now. Still free. No whistles yet, and kept alive by Tampa. Here's Nimmers. Goes at Klinger. Gets the bounce. Tampa now with their largest lead of the season on Embry-Riddle. Led by double figures in each of the first 2 matchups in the regular season, but none larger than 11. Now it's 35-22 lead for the Spartans. We have a whistle away from the ball, and it goes against Tyson Lato, who was a little overzealous with his elbows. It's his third team foul. Jared Berry heads to the bench. Mike McAllister comes on. Clarence Pierre heads to the bench as well. Jerry Bracey, Milan Scorch check on. Logan Lewis also to the bench. Nixon up high. Drives the paint, puts up the floater, comes up short. Rebound is there for Ian Higdon. Or that was actually Ryan Blunt with the rebound. Lane for 3. Comes up short. Nearly ran down his own miss and does. Kicks it out and working it around. Here's Blunt from 3. Too much on it. Jerry Bracey the rebound. These Tampa 4-men can stretch the floor quite well. We've seen it with Ryan Blunt a couple of times this season where he looks to pull. He can hit from out there. But Embry-Riddle in need of a spark here. Nixon's trapped. He's hacked and fouled. Caden Froby called for the foul. It's his first 4th-team foul. Side out here for Embry-Riddle. 4:47 to go first half. 20 on the shot clock. Inside it's Bracey. Lefty layup. Can't go. Klinger fight for the offensive rebound. Still free. And come away with by the Spartans. We have a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow belongs to Tampa. So they'll take over. Good effort on the defensive end thus far from Tampa. Drew Nixon, of course, leading the way offensively for Embry-Riddle along with Jared Berry, but not doing so efficiently. And they've forced a ton of turnovers. 8 turnovers, which have resulted in just 6 points. But of course, they've limited Embry-Riddle's opportunities off their own turnovers, and that's cost them. And Klinger called for the foul on Ryan Blunt as Klinger came over the top there. It's the 3rd foul on Jack Klinger in only a handful of minutes here. 8th team foul, so they're in the penalty regardless. They'll say it was on the floor, so it's a 1-and-1. Coming for Ryan Blunt, 73% foul shooter. Had a 29-point outing against Florida Southern earlier this year, where he was 10 of 13 and 5 of 6 from the field. 8th in the league in 3-point percentage, but misses the free throw. Something that's been a problem even for Tampa tonight. But of course, their defense has played well enough to give them the lead. Nixon loses the handle, keeps it alive just barely. Knocked away, and it'll stay here with Embry-Riddle. 18 on the shot clock. A 13-2 run for the Spartans over the last 4 minutes and change. After Embry-Riddle cut the lead down to 2. Nixon the move. Through traffic, puts it up, banks it home. That was a tough shot for the senior from Melbourne, Florida. Brian Williams into the game, finds Ian Higdon all alone underneath. And that's the transition defense. It's been a thorn in the side of Steve Ritter all year. Again, rearing its ugly head as it did on Saturday. High left, it's Drew Nixon. He's guarded by Caden Frobe. Swings it in the corner. It's Jerry Bracey. The drive from Nixon. Inside, lowers the shoulder, lost the handle. Ryan Blunt pushing ahead. Feet inside, running the lane there was Caden Frobe, and he's fouled. And this Tampa bench right now is ecstatic as the Spartans have a 13-point lead, as we'll take another timeout with 3:22 to go here in the first half.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Tonight's game is presented by Bahama House. Come and enjoy the Bahama House. Spacious rooms with private balconies and spectacular ocean views, and just steps down to the beach. For reservations, visit DaytonaBahamaHouse.com. Incredible start here, especially these last few minutes from the University of Tampa, as they've done an excellent job getting to their strengths, getting to the free throw line, and they've done that effectively here. Frobe misses the first, as he had missed one just a moment ago. This to extend to a 14-point lead. Again, he shoots about 73%. He's all netting. It's a 38-24 lead for Tampa. They've got Clarence Pierre running the five-man once again. The Eagles do. Again with Klinger and Hussein in foul trouble. A hand for Scorch. Scorch has already missed a couple of threes already. McAllister in the post. Kicks it out for Bracey. Swings it in the corner. Scorch from three. Comes up short. Fight for the rebound. And it's pulled down by Brian Williams. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Tampa looking to maybe put this one out of reach. Really, it's rejected by Pierre, though, but it comes out. It's Caden Frobe. Kicks it corner three. It's knocked down. Amarian Nimmers, his second triple of the night. A 6-0 run for Tampa, 19-4 extended. It's a 17-point lead for the Spartans. A whistle inside, got it. Count it. Basket does not count yet. They are having a discussion. They wave off the basket. Foul before the shot. Steve Ritter has a look of confusion on his face. Joe Prince explaining the call. It looked initially, they counted the bucket. They've got Brian Williams for the foul. It's his first, 15th foul. And they've changed it. They're actually correcting it. Amarian Nimmers called for the foul. Corner three from McAllister, too much on it. And Embry Riddle now scrambling to get back defensively. It's Dawson Barr now working on Trey Lane. The feed inside to Higdon. Puts it up and puts it in. It's a 19-point lead for Tampa. McAllister working left. Through traffic, draws the foul. And the Tampa bench can't believe it. And now this is called on Brian Williams. First personal 16 foul. So Mike McAllister to the free throw line, who shoots 2 of 4. on the night. Again, at this point, free throw line's the best way to extend the game, but you have to hit them as he misses off front rim. Eagles now just 2 of 5 from the free throw line. And it seems like they've been settling for jump shots a little more than they would have liked. Splits the pair once again. That's the third time he's done that tonight. 43-25 the score. Very anxious crowd here at the ICI Center. The layup is short, off the mark from Caden Froby. As Pierre collects on the rebound and was fouled in the backcourt. Froby picks up his second. It's the 7th team foul, which means they're in the 1+1 bonus. That sends Clarence Pierre to the free throw line. Spoke to Clarence yesterday at practice about the challenges defensively, and he was really looking forward to it. He's done, I think, as good of a job as any Embry Riddle player has on the bigs thus far tonight. Already a couple of blocks. Couldn't stress how comfortable he is playing both the 4 and the 5. He connects on the first. So he's got a second free throw coming right up. Looking to cut into this Tampa lead. As we've now reached 1:57 remaining, he goes 2 for 2. Clarence Pierre just 55% of the line on the season. Driving baseline is Lane, shovels it, and the layup is dropped in by Kyler Lamb. The outlet going the other way is intercepted but recovered by Bracey. Kicks it out. Barr from 3. Comes up off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Jerry Bracey. McAllister works it inside and scores. So McAllister hits his first field goal of the night. He had missed his first one and all his other attempts had come from the foul line. 1:20 remaining. First half, 45-26, or 45-29 the score in favor of Tampa. Barr hits the deck. Williams for 3. Off the heel. Higdon the offensive rebound. Out to Williams. Nivers over McAllister from 3. Comes up short. Batted around and come away with by Dawson Barr. We have a whistle and a foul going against Embry Riddle as goes against Clarence Pierre. It's his first 10th team foul. So now they're in the double bonus. Tampa are. Sends Ian Higdon to the line once again. Higdon, one of the, is really good on the glass for this team. He's had more than 4 rebounds 11 times this season. He's a great high school player as well for North Oldham. Won a regional title game, played at Rupp Arena as he misses the first over in Lexington. So Tampa again struggling from the free throw line, but they're getting there at a high clip. And he goes 0 for 2, fight for the rebound. Come away with by Nivers. Nivers goes up with the layup, good off glass. Making up for the 0 for 2 trip. Eagles looking to run. It's Barr going the other way, coast to coast. Williams pushing the tempo, kicks it out for Lane. About 20 seconds separate the clocks as Nivers has it on the right wing. Peeling out is Lane. Lane goes to work on Barr. The floater's up and drops in. Trey Lane up to 11 tonight for Tampa. Nixon has it at the right angle. Posting up is McAllister and he's fouled. So at least another free throw coming from Mike McAllister as we've come up on 27.1 remaining in the first half. It's Brian Williams' second, the 8th team foul. McAllister, 3 of 6. He's split each of those pairs that he's been at the line for. And he misses it. Tipped around and come away with by Tampa, who can now hold for the last shot with the shot clock turned off. Well, but Link Darner wants to talk it over first. Spartans call for time here as the final 20 9/10 remain here in the first half. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Credit to Tampa, they've done a good job holding a lot of Embry-Riddle's offensive threats in check. Double-digit scorer Jerry Bracy, for example, held to just 2 points on 1 of 4. Hasn't been able to crush it on the glass as much as usual. Milan Scorch, who's near at 10 points a game, is 0 for 4 from 3 thus far tonight. It should be pointed out turnovers will be the big story here in the first half. We'll get to it around halftime, but it's an 11-5 margin right now in favor of Tampa when it comes to the turnovers. Spartans have it inbounding here in the backcourt. Brian Williams holding. He has just 4 points on 2 of 9. Down to 13 on the game clock. He's shadowed by Drew Nixon. Now high left, switched on by McAllister. Pulls up off the screen, and it doesn't fall. Tipped around, come away with by Blunt. Blunt puts it up, doesn't fall. Bennett around, good effort there from Jerry Bracy to knock it away and eliminate the second chance opportunity. But Embry-Riddle, a lot of work to do as we head to halftime with the Spartans up by a count of 49-31 on the Embry-Riddle Eagles. Again, first half, the big stories got to be the turnovers. Again, 11-5, Tampa out-handling Embry-Riddle at that mark. In fact, Embry-Riddle only averages about 11 turnovers a game. They've hit that here in the first half already. Tampa +8 in the points off turnovers as well. They've really done an excellent job keying in on the defensive end as well. Quick look at the leaders before the break. Embry-Riddle led by Drew Nixon with 9 points, has 1 board to his name. 4 of 9 and 1 of 2 shooting splits. Jared Berry, 7 quick points off the bench in the early going in the first half. He's second in line there. Mike McAllister with 5, most of which came early on from the free throw line. Now for Tampa, Trey Lane with 11 on 4 of 6 and 3 of 4 splits. 2 boards, 2 assists as well. Amarian Nimmers leading the way though with 12. But the big scoring threats for Tampa thus far, held in check. Tyson Lato, just only 6. Brian Williams only with 4. But they've each impacted the game in other ways as well. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half of action. Again, Tampa up on Embry-Riddle here in the SSC quarterfinal, 49-31. We welcome you back to the ICI Center here in Daytona Beach, where the Embry Riddle Aeronautical University Eagles are 12-4 this season. But to get their 13th win, it's going to be a tall order as the 4-seeded Embry Riddle Aeronautical University Eagles trail the University of Tampa Spartans, who are the 5th seed in these SSC basketball championships, by a score of 49-31. Good evening again, everybody. I'm Carlos Mancia. Great to be with you as always. Turnovers have got to be the story of this opening half. Again, 11 turnovers, which is the season's average for Embry Riddle, is their mark after 20 minutes. They've been outscored by 8 in terms of points off of those turnovers. They've also struggled with their three-point shot as well, shooting just 2 of 10. Reminder before we continue that the 2024-25 Embry Riddle men's basketball season in this game is presented by Daytona Kia. At Daytona Kia, the goal is simple: to make your car buying experience simple, fast, and friendly. Daytona Kia is a proud partner of Embry Riddle Athletics. An emphasis yesterday in practice was for this Eagle team to defend without fouling, particularly staying vertical on their closeouts. They've done a solid job of that tonight, but inside is where the problems have been. They've been hacking a little too much, playing defense with their hands and not their feet. While we have a moment, we also have many games going on here on this quarterfinal round of the SSC tournament. On the men's side elsewhere, just final from the Jenkins Fieldhouse in Lakeland. The 2-seeded Florida Southern Mocs knock off the 7-seeded Rollins College Stars by a score of 90-69. Also, nearing the end of the second half with a little more than 3 minutes remaining, it's the Lynn Fighting Knights, the 3-seed in the SSC, putting a beat down on Palm Beach Atlantic by a score of 80-57. As Palm Beach Atlantic got off to that hot start this year, but has faltered down the stretch, and this is going to be a bitter taste in their mouths to wrap up the season. Of course, we're at our game here, and also at the half at the Rick Case Arena in Fort Lauderdale. It's the Barry University Buccaneers at the 8th seed who snuck in with their win on Saturday, trailing the Nova Southeastern Sharks at number 2 in the country by a score of 57-28. The Sunshine State Conference and Embry Riddle Aeronautical University would like to welcome you to the 2025 SSC Basketball Championship. For the latest Sunshine State Conference news and tournament info, visit sunshinestateconference.com. While you're there, follow the links to the league's Facebook, X, and Instagram pages. Embry Riddle will start the second half with possession going from left to right on your screen. Eagles come out with starters on the floor, as do the Spartans by the look of it. Yes, and it was the Spartan bench that really ignited them. That's when they went on those large runs throughout the first half. Jerry Bracey handing off to Dawson Barr off a curl. Barr hanging out by the perimeter. He was working a lot on his three-point shot yesterday, something he emphasized to me that he's working on as well. Bracey on the drive, the turnaround with 5 to shoot, knocks it down. His second bucket of the night after a slow start offensively. Gets it down to a 16-point game here. Still a lot of work to be done. Caden Froybe, high left. Now to Trey Lane, a hard screen. And they're going to get Dawson Barr for trying to go through the late toe screen. Barr picks up his first. Played just 7 minutes of redshirt freshman from Orlando and Hackney High School. Off the curl, it's Frobe on that mid-range. Eagles will live with these Spartans shooting in that area. Leto backing down Klinger, kicks it over. Williams to the reverse and draws the foul. Bale. Second half. Klinger picks up his 4th foul. Already a second team foul, so Yassin Hussein set to check on. Is Brian Williams to the free throw line, who has struggled to find his shot. Shooting just 2 of 10 from the field. He only shoots about 43%. Williams misses his first free throw. He shot 12 of 15 from the line when these two teams met back on February the 15th. They made up 15 of the 37 free throws shot by the Spartans tonight. Embry Riddle shot just 15 as a team. He split as the Spartans are now up 50 to 33 and shooting 9 of 17 from the free throw line. Barr breaks the pressure in the backcourt. Kick it out. Reset with Nixon. Nixon with 7 points, or 9 points in the first half on 4. Push. Lane working on Barr. Into the corner, the drive from Higdon, baseline right, cut off by McAllister. Good work defensively there, sealing the baseline. Williams has it, left angle. Still plenty of time to shoot, kicks it out. Lane from 3. Air ball and pulled down by Hussein. Picked up 3 rebounds in that opening half. Nixon tries to feed McAllister there on that left block. A foul on the entry pass though, as Brian Williams a little handsy there in the post. It's his 3rd personal, first team foul here in the second half. Nearing 2 minutes gone by here. Tampa's led by as many as 19, and they've led nearly the entire way. He goes up and scores with the right hand. Has ignited the offense too at times when they've struggled, so that might be an encouraging sign. As Leto has it knocked away. Pushing the tempo. A one-man fast break, turns the corner and draws the foul. It's Ian Higdon picking up his. Yeah, Ian Higdon just making his 6th start of the season, 3 of which now have come against Embry Riddle. We must like the matchups here with him on the floor. Nixon straightaway 3. Off the heel, it comes out to Bracey, but tips it over to Trey Lane. It's a 2-on-1, but he slows it down with 2 Eagles back, and the Eagles rush back nicely on the defensive end. They got burned a couple of times out in transition in the first half as well. Leto in the post, has it knocked away but gets it back. The double comes, throws it away. Higdon able to run it down near the timeline. He's now doubled by Barr and Nixon. Frobe alone for 3, booked the triple. Caden Frobe, his first field goal of the night, now up to 6 points. He's gotten to the line quite a bit. Very aggressive, trying to get down deep. Bracey kicks for McAllister. McAllister works inside, back for Bracey. Up with the lefty layup, too much on it. Fight for the rebound, Ian Higdon has it. Higdon's numbers on the season aren't impressive, but tonight he's already 7 boards, the ball away off the mark from Williams. McAllister, the top man on the glass this season for Embry. Riddle collects there. Nixon lost the handle but recovers. Feeds Hussein in the post on that right block. Pulls up, can't hit. And Bracey nearly fought his way for the rebound. Good hustle there for the senior from South Bend, Indiana. But Tampa will come away with it. Jared Berry comes on for Dawson Barr. Point lead. Tampa, a very good, decent offensive rebounding team, especially compared to Embry Riddle. They're nothing usually, but they're out hustling them in that respect tonight. All 6 Embry Riddle points here in the frame. Late. By here in Tampa of late. Michelob Ultra, a proud partner of Embry Riddle Athletics, is excited to celebrate game day here in the ICI Center. Make this season superior. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra. It's been an all-around superior effort thus far from Tampa. Already a couple of double-digit scores in Nimmers and Trey Lane. Tyson Lato with 8 himself almost there. Caden Froby, 6 points, and I feel like they've come at crucial junctures for the Spartans. Bracey brings it up, goes baseline left, over for Hussein, pulls up over Lato, all net. Hussein off to an 0 for 3 start. Had his struggles in just a handful of minutes in his return to the lineup against Barry on Saturday. Lane goes baseline around Nixon. Lato, jump hook, doesn't go. Tipped over to Drew Nixon. Nixon looking to run. Nixon kicks it into the corner. The three-pointer from McAllister doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound. It's there for Caden Froby. Froby's 4th board of the night. As the drive baseline right, Lane cut off by Bracey. Bracey usually guards the other team's best offensive player. Nice cut inside. The layup can't go down though for Amarian Nimmers, and he goes to the free throw line. Berry picks up his second third-team foul. Looks like Nimmers is a little shaken up there at first, but he's up on his feet now, headed to the free throw line. His first foul shots of the night. Shoots just 57% from the line. scored in double figures all but 6 games this season for the Spartans. Tonight, no exception, as he's up to 12. He airballs the first. Drawing cheers from this crowd. Good on. This half, he's working on Leto. Goes to the drop step. Shovels it to Bracey. The jump hook, it's there. Top for more drop. Third chance, Leto. Contact from Lane, that might have been a foul. Bracing into the front court, the layup banked home. It's down to a 13-point game. Here's still plenty of time left for the Eagles. Lane working the screen, steps back, Blunt from 3, knocks it down. Ryan Blunt, as the Eagles were looking to seize momentum of this game, knocks down a triple at a big moment. The 9th 3 of the night for the Spartans. It takes us to a timeout. 7 minutes gone by here. Second half, 61-45, Spartans in front.
Our life stories are directed by choices. But what is it about our choices that makes a difference between a good life and a great life? What gives us strength to pursue the hard over the easy? What empowers us to embrace our individuality? What inspires us?
Carlos Mencia back with you here from the ICI Center. Florida Power and Light is committed to delivering America's best energy value. Electricity that's not just amongst the cleanest and most reliable in the country, but also affordable. Visit FPL.com to learn more. Embry Riddle got it down to 13. They had hit 3 straight shots, but Ryan Blunt with a big 3-pointer here on the left wing. Score. Nixon brings it up. Finds Hussein in the post. Working on Leitao. Hussein 8 points here in the second half. Feeds Bracey, nice find, he can't finish. Hussein underrated as a passer for a center, and that was on full display there. Leitao looks to drive the lane, knocked away and stolen by Jerry Bracey. On the run, sidestep layup, it's blocked by Leitao. And Leitao shovels it for Lane. Cross court, out in transition, it's Nimmers. Run off the 3-point line into the lane, puts it up and it gets the roll. Amarian Nimmers up to 15 points on the night, the lead back to 18. Wiping out all the gains Embry Riddle had there just a moment ago. Berry's pass intercepted by Froby. The outlet ahead for Blunt. Able to run it down. Inside, the layup is put home. Caden Froby, and it's back to 20. 7-0 run for the Spartans in just 70 seconds. As we come up on 11:44 remaining in the second half. Embry Riddle in need of their biggest comeback in a long time here. Stay alive. Nixon on the fall away for his first points of the second half. We'll take another timeout here. 11:35 remaining here in this one. 65-47, Spartans in front. Eagles trying to storm back, down 18.
At Kalen Home Furnishings, you'll find a wonderful assortment of furniture for every room in your home in the area's largest leather gallery. Our talented design consultants are at your service, free of charge, to help you get the look that's just right for you. Located 1 mile south of Granada Boulevard in Ormond Beach. Come in and experience Kalen today. You'll be glad you did.
Spartans, 11:35 away from their first SSC tournament win since March of 2014. This for a program that has 5 SSC titles to their name in their long history. Spartans taking over as initially Drew Nixon showed full court pressure on Trey Lane. Steve Ritter tells him to back off. Lane brings it up. He's already had a couple of nice assists here in the second half. Nimmers, the hot hand offensively for the Spartans. 15 points on 6 of 10. Froby there on the wing. They reset and work it for Nimmers. Now it's Ryan Blunt. Feed inside. Leto all alone. Good defense from Hussein, but he scores anyway. Tyson Leto now into double figures. Logan Lewis working on Blunt, puts it up, and he's fouled. So the product of Washington, D.C. heads to the line for 2. It's the third on Caden Froby. 15 foul. Scratch that, they'll say before any shot attempt. So 21 remains on the shot clock as Hussein posting up. Finds Berry in the corner. He's being hounded by Froby and Leto. And there's a timeout called to avoid the tie-up. It takes us to a 30-second timeout. Be sure to follow the Sunshine State Conference on Instagram and on X at D2SSC. That's capital D, the number 2, and SSC.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle.
I mentioned it in the open, they've held their last 2 opponents to under 63 points. They've held Embry Riddle, a team that averages about 83 a night, to just 47 as we near the midway point of the second half. Berry up top. Now has Froby on him with a switch. 10 to shoot, goes baseline right. Out for Hussein, he pulls up from the right elbow. Doesn't get the bounce. Seems more inclined to pull from outside the paint right now. But here comes Tampa getting out in transition. They find Blunt there on the right wing, guarded by Nixon. He has the mismatch. Lane on the drive. Working on Berry, kicks it out. Good defensive possession right now here from Embry Riddle. The drive from Williams through traffic, scores with Clarence Pierre right there on his back. And the lead is up to 22 for Tampa, as they've now converted on their last 5 shot attempts. Berry is stripped and stolen. Throws it ahead, looking for Lane, but he throws it too far. Pass sails out of play. Milan Skoric comes on for Yassin Hussein. So looking at a lot more emphasis right now on the offensive end are the Eagles. With 10:05 remaining here in the second half. Very dampened down atmosphere relative to what we had here earlier tonight at the ICI Center. Here's Nixon. Off for Berry. He lost the handle. He quickly recovers. Still 10 to shoot. Nixon from 3. Booked the triple. He's leading the way with 14 for the Eagles tonight. That's his second 3-ball. Gets it down to 19 with 9.5 remaining. Brian Williams works the screen by Leto. Feed inside. It's stolen away by Milan Skoric. Skoric not known for his defensive prowess, but he's gotten a lot better as the season's progressed. They look for Clarence Pierre there, but the pass gets away. And another Embry Riddle turnover. That's their 15th of the night, but just their 4th of the second half, as Williams spins, turning around over Nixon. It won't drop, and Nixon's called for the foul over the back. They're getting Pierre for it, excuse me. That's his second, 4th team foul. Embry Riddle's done a good job cutting down on the fouls as well. But of course, that first half put them in a steep hole at the free throws. In terms of the free throws, +9 on the attempts are the Spartans from the free throw line. As Ryan Blunt in and out from 3. It sat on the heel there for a moment, but Clarence Pierre corrals the rebound. Nixon pushing ahead, fires from 3, can't hit. Logan Lewis able to run it down, but right to a black jersey. Blunt thought about a 3, steps into a long 2 instead, all net. 6 of their last 8 from the field are the Spartans. Leads back to 21. Lewis loses it, gets it back, off for Pierre, scores from 3, knocks it down. His first points of the night that started 0 for 4 from downtown, as we have a whistle in the front court, as Trey Lane hit the deck. Foul goes against Skoric. It's his first, the 5th team foul against Tampa. So still 27 on the shot clock as we've come up on 8:05 remaining here in the second half. Up top, it's Trey Lane, guarded by Jared Berry. Into the corner from 3, it's Williams. No good. Nimmers nearly had the rebound, but Logan Lewis has it instead, throws it ahead, draws the foul. Eagles doing a better job getting decent looks in transition, but the foul there stops it. It's the 3rd on Ian Higdon, 6th-team foul. We'll take a media timeout here with less than 8 minutes remaining. Tampa up 71-53 on Embry Riddle.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Attractions. Hilton Daytona Beach Oceanfront Resort is a family-oriented and pet-friendly property offering world-class amenities on Florida's famed Atlantic coastline. The hotel is home to 2 resort-style pools, beachside cabanas, a fitness center, and several premier restaurant and bar venues for every taste. For more, visit DaytonaHilton.com. Out of the timeout, Eagles looking to get something going here to mount an improbable comeback here. Scorch, a deep 3, can't hit from downtown. Now just 1 of 6 is Milan Scorch. Ahead, 3-pointer, Trey Lane knocks it down. It's his 4th 3-pointer, he's up to 14. Berry can't hit the long 2. Rebound comes out to Tampa. And a foul called, I think. It was initially signaled by Joe Prince that there may be a foul call, but no, last touch by Tampa. Well, Mike McAllister on for Logan Lewis. Scorch the trigger man. Sets up Drew Nixon. Nixon's doubled into the corner. Scorch, another 3. That's good. His second 3 of the night is accounted for the last 2 made 3s for Embry Riddle. Tampa quickly ahead. It's Brian Williams going baseline right. Feeds Nimmers back out to Trey Lane. His 3 comes up too long. Scorch with a running start on the rebound. Scorch, another 3 is off the mark. Berry nearly ran it down, but he was the last one to touch it here as we're under 7 minutes remaining in the second half. It remains an 18-point lead for the Tampa Spartans. Berry showing full court pressure on Trey Lane. Sets up Froby here on the near side. Williams swings it. Now looking for Leto in the post. He's had a very quiet second half, but goes at Pierre and scores. Tyson Leto up to 12 points. Has just 6 rebounds for a guy that averages 11 a night. Berry for Nixon. Back for Berry. Passes on an open 3. Tries to shovel it for McAllister, who couldn't hang on to the bullet pass. And mark that the 15th turnover for the Eagles. Everything Embry Riddle typically does well. And they've been outclassed by Tampa on the offensive glass. 3-point shooting. Taking care of the basketball. Timing for an uncharacteristically bad performance as Leto banks it home. Gets the lead back to 22 with 5:50 to go. Berry directing traffic. Again, Berry, the 25-point outing last time he was here against Nova Southeastern on Wednesday. Pierre, a herky-jerky move there on the post, puts it in. Clarence Pierre now with his second bucket of the night, up to 6 points. As we'll have some changes. Jack Klinger comes on for Clarence Pierre. Klinger, despite the start, has played sparingly tonight, racking up 4 quick fouls. As to this point, Jack Klinger has logged just 5 minutes in which he's logged those fouls. Jumper to it, but it finds its way to Drew Nixon. Ahead, it's Berry on the one-on-one. Puts it up, can't bank it home. Rebound comes out to the Embry Riddle bench. 5:11 to go, 20 to shoot for the Eagles. They set up Klinger. Now it's Nixon, high right. Over Nimmers from 3. Comes up short. Spartans slow it down. Looking. The drive from steps back over Nixon. In and out, and it comes over to Mike McAllister. Fourth rebound there for McAllister. I got a kick out of this. Link Darner. His team is up 20 points right now, and you wouldn't know it. He is not happy about the rebounding effort there under the basket. And he's going to give Amari and Nimmers a talking to here. And same to Tyson Lato as they both head to the bench. Jack Klinger was fouled there. That's the third on Lato. It's the 7th team foul, which sets up the 1+1. And the redshirt sophomore, Jack Klinger, to the free throw line. He's just 50% from the season. The air ball free throw earlier for Tampa. It's down to a 19-point game once again, 78-50. Brian Williams, the 10th leading scorer in the conference, one of its best 3-point. 3 of 12 from the field. Off scoring wise, he's got just 7 points. The drive from McAllister, pulls up right elbow, connects on the jumper. Scorch called for the foul. So Froby will put it in play. Williams guarded by Scorch, feeds the post, it's Lane. Not much of a threat to score inside of it. Off the curl, it's Blunt. Off for Lane. As we're under 4 minutes to go here. Kicks it over to Williams, flips it up and draws the foul. So Brian Williams heads to the free throw line for just the second time tonight, where he was a regular customer the last time these two teams met. We'll take another here from the ICI Center. Final 3:44 to go in this SSC quarterfinal. Tampa well on their way to the semifinals with a 78-61 lead here from the ICI Center.
Our life stories are directed by choices. But what is it about our choices that makes a difference between a good life and a great life? What gives us strength to pursue the hard over the easy? What empowers us to embrace our individuality?
From the Tampa Spartans, as the 5 seed in the SSC, Spartans lead the Embry Riddle Eagles 78-61. Brian Williams looking to add to it for Tampa. Just 7 points tonight. He averages 17 a night. His career high came against Embry Riddle back in January of 2024 when he scored 30. First game back from injury this year, he puts up 28 against Palm Beach Atlantic. Jared Berry comes on for Milan Scorch, who had picked up his 3rd foul. He hits on the, or missed on the first, goes up for the second, it's good. Actually make that he goes 2 for 2. 79-61. Spartans in front. Bracey set up, driving right, cut off baseline. Kicks for Nixon. Good defense here from Trey Lane. Nixon backing down, falling away. Can't hit, but draws the foul. Trey Lane picks up his first. 8th team foul, so Nixon on the line for 2. Trey Lane, the product of Lakeland, transfer from fellow SSC program St. Leo. So Drew Nixon to the free throw line for his first trip there tonight. 14 points. He's only sat for 3 minutes tonight. Very well may be his final collegiate game, barring a massive comeback here as he misses the first. And his career aspirations to get involved in basketball coaching, eventually open up his own gym. And he goes 1 for 2. It's 79-62 lead for Tampa. Lane has it here, near side, bringing it up. Good job with the pressure, though, from Embry Riddle. Sets up Trey Lane, high left. Reversal, and around the horn sets up Tyson Lato. 9 on the 30 for the Spartans. Lots of quick possessions tonight. Very rarely can I recall the shot clock winding down this low. With 3 to shoot, with 2 to shoot. Knocked away, come away with by Jerry Bracey, who goes behind the back. The drive from Jared Berry draws the foul. It's the 4th on Brian Williams. Well into the penalty, though, are the Spartans. It's a 1-and-1 now for Jared Berry. 7 first half points. He's looking for his first point of the second half here with these free throws. Converts on the first. He shoots about 85% from the charity stripe. And he's looking to maybe build some positive momentum now going forward. Of course, his family deeply rooted in basketball as he goes 2 for 2. Brother Joel, one-time All-American at UNC, national champion there in 2017. His sister Courtney, longtime assistant coach and one-time member of the Rollins College Tars women's basketball team. A year they made it past the Elite Eight back in 2012, where she was teammates with Sarah Taylor, the women's coach, assistant coach here at Embry Riddle. The drive by Williams, righty layup, good off glass for the Spartans. Lead back up to 17, under 2.5 to go. Berry brings it up, spins, floater up. Impressive move there, but everything but the finish. Tyson Lato has the rebound. Jack Klinger commits the foul, and his night is done. After just 9 minutes. It's 5th, it's the 8th team foul, so again a 1+1 here coming for Tampa. Tampa, a team that shoots in the 60% mark for the season from the free throw line. Shooting 50% tonight, 10 of 20. But they've done an excellent job creating second opportunities for themselves where they've just crushed Embry Riddle on the offensive glass. They're +6 there. Lato to the free throw line for just the 3rd time tonight. He misses the free throw attempt. Rebound pulled down by Mike McAllister. Berry, the drive, floater in the lane. It's good. And the foul. Nice move there by Jared Berry. Had a crafty move in the painted area a couple of trips down the floor ago. Had everything but the finish there, but knocks this down with a foul. Now up to 11 points. It's the 5th foul there on Brian Williams. So his night is done. 10 points on 4 of 16, 0 of 5. Eagles do an excellent job defensively on him tonight, but good job by the supporting cast here for the Spartans, picking up the load there. Link Darner arguing about the 5th foul there against Brian Williams. Joe Prince explaining. So he's headed to the bench, obviously not too happy to be going there. Pierre was fouled, actually. So he goes to the line. He's hit both of his attempts tonight. in spite of shooting 55%. Amari and Nimmers set to check on, so neither team emptying their bench just yet. In a game like this, though, you got to play for pride here, and of course, this Eagle team very much a team that plays with their heart on their sleeve and not going to go down easily. I mean, despite Tampa's dominance tonight, they're still going to try and push through. Pierre knocks down the first. Since it's a one, they're in the double bonus. He gets 2 free throws. As the foul occurred while Barry was in the upward motion. Goes 2 for 2. Gets it down to a 13-point game with 2:08 remaining. They trap Lane, they push it ahead. It's Nimmers in the backcourt. Eagles doing their best to force an 8-second violation. Not going to happen as Froby pushes it ahead. They'll reset with Lane as we're under 2 minutes remaining here at the ICI Center. Lane guarded by Berry, and Berry commits the foul. Out near the timeline. Berry picks up his third. It's the 9th team foul. As some fans from the upper row of the bleachers starting to file out. It sends Trey Lane to the free throw line for his first trip there. He connects on the first. He shoots 82.5%. Was a fantastic high school player at Santa Fe Catholic. 31 appearances with St. Leo back in the 2022-23 season. He has struggled, though, with his shot coming into this one. Just 3 of 20 from 3 over his last 3 prior to tonight. He's 3 of 5 tonight. Make that 4 of 7. The drive from Bracey, the jump hook, off front rim, batted around, and the rebound pulled down by Ryan Blunt as we've come up on 90 seconds remaining here in the second half. Tampa with a 15-point lead on their way to the SSC semifinal to face the winner of Barry and Nova Southeastern, a game in which the Sharks lead 108-71 with 1:23 remaining. Tampa playing the clock, and Froby is fouled by Jared Berry with 5 on the shot clock. Berry picks up his 4th. It's the 10th team foul. Now both teams in the double bonus here for the final 71 seconds. Froby to the free throw line where he was busy in the first half. Misses on the first. So Tampa's free throw line struggles continue. But at the high volume in which they've shot it, much like a couple of weeks ago, it's enough to overpower Embry Riddle. Berry has it, off for Nixon. He fires from 3, off to the left side. Rebound pulled down by Pierre. Tries to find Berry. Berry recovers. Berry through traffic, puts it up, puts it in, and 1. Second and 1 here for Jared Berry. Foul goes against Leto. It's his 4th. As we've come up on 54 and 9/10 remaining in the second half. Jared Berry to the free throw line where he's 2 of 2 tonight. Again, very impressive showings here his last 2 times at the ICI Center in spite of defeats. Blunt in the backcourt, guarded by Bracey, picks up his dribble, finds Leto. This very well may be the final possession of the night for Tampa, but Bracey will commit the foul. Jerry Bracey picks up his 2nd. Again, both teams in the double bonus. It sends Trey Lane to the line again. Went 2 for 2, just the last trip down the floor. Connects on the first to extend it to an 85-71 lead for the Spartans. Free throw up and in. So Trey Lane now up to 17 points. Season high of 22. Probably not going to get there, but Lane pokes it away from Jared Berry. And he's going to get called jersey. As Lane pokes it free. It's the 5th foul on Jared Berry, and free throws. Jack Dillard checking on for the final 38 seconds here to replace Jared Berry. Berry, an impressive night for the Eagles with 15 points, matching Drew Nixon for the team high. 14 points, 5 of 9, 2 boards. Lane's second free throw up and in as well. 88-71 the score. 8 seconds separate the clocks. Drew Nixon at the controls. Works left. Feed inside over to McAllister. The jump shot off the heel. Fight for the rebound. Come away with by Caden Froby. With 24 and 7/10, he was fouled by Jerry Bracey. It's the third on Bracey. Again, both teams over the limit. So Froby, 4 of 7 from the line tonight. Looking to put the finishing touches on this win for Tampa. Tampa has nobody there to rebound. Everybody back defensively. Converting on the first. Froby now up to 9 points, looking to become the 5th Spartan in double figures. It's a 90-71 lead for Tampa as Handle gets it back. Kick ball from Trey Lane with 15 and 3/10 here. So what looks to be the final possession in their ICI Center careers here for Jerry Bracey, Mike McAllister, and Drew Nixon. Bracey puts the layup up and in to put on the finishing touches of his ICI Center career. 90-73 the score. Tampa breaks the timeline, and that'll do it. The University of Tampa comes in and puts on a show to advance to the SSC semifinal for the first time in 11 years. They defeat the Embry Riddle Eagles by a score of 90-73. Tampa will take on Nova Southeastern. Meanwhile, for Embry Riddle, this is more than likely the end of the road for their season. And that's real unfortunate but I was talking to Steve Ritter yesterday and he was telling me, look, we lost 7 guys last year. And sure, the expectations are always high with this program, as is with any Steve Ritter team. And with a lot of guys, he mentioned a number of them, playing in positions they're not comfortable with coming into the season. And the fact that some of them thrived, the likes of Jerry Bracey and Milan Scourge for a time, Dawson Barr. These guys were guys that on their timeline and trajectory were not expected to have major roles, but were given them and in many instances thrived in them. Let's take a look at our final numbers for the night as Tampa shot 47% from the field, Embry Riddle 44%. 9 of 21 from 3 were the Spartans, while the Eagles shot just 5 of 20. 32 free throw attempts on the night for Tampa. We knew that was going to be part of their game plan, to get inside and draw fouls. That they did. Embry Riddle just 12 of 18 from the free throw line themselves. Trey Lane leading the way for the Spartans and for the game with 20 points on 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. They also got 14 from Tyson Lato, 15 from Amari Nimmers, 10 from Ryan Blunt, 10 from Brian Williams, 11 from Caden Froby. Eagles were led by Drew Nixon with 15 points in his final game here at the ICI Center. 2 of 7 from 3, 4 boards, 3 assists in 37 minutes. Meanwhile, let's see, we also got Jerry Bracey putting up 14, 12 of which came in the second half. 14 for Jared Berry as well on 5 of 9 shooting in just 24 minutes for him. That's it on the double-figure scores for the Eagles. So with that, it's a rather damper end on what was an incredible season of Embry Riddle basketball. And I know for me, my first season in this chair wasn't exactly an easy start for me here. We got off, but I appreciate your patience, and we appreciate you, the fans, for tuning in and supporting the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Eagles all season long. So for all of us here at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, Allison Smalling, Michael Black, Kyron Mayfield, and everyone here on staff at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, I'm Carlos Mancia saying good night and thanks for a great season. Again, your final, the Tampa Spartans 90, Embry-Riddle 73.